Hello, Mutton here again. I'm back at Fletcher Moss Park in East Didsbury, South Manchester. It is the place I took you to in the dark last time, so I did promise I'd show you around the place during the daylight. So without further ado, come and join me for a stroll through this park and I'll tell you all about my latest diet news, vaccine news and trial news. Now, I used to come here quite a lot as a child, and it's actually been a long time since I've walked through this park properly, so it's going to be a bit of an adventure for me. I didn't realise when we were in the dark last time that there were tennis courts here. I do vaguely remember them, come to think of it, but there we are. Obviously, they're a little bit saturated given the heavy rain we've had for the last month or so here. But I do remember people playing here regularly, and I guess when outdoor sports permitted again, I think there'll be people playing here. To that end, actually, this week we've had announcements from the Prime Minister Boris Johnson, and I think, if I remember correctly, at the end of March outdoor sport will be allowed again. So for those of you who haven't heard, or maybe live overseas, the Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced a load of dates on Monday when he hopes society could be unlocked in England, which will probably mean the UK. And by summer, maybe things will be back to normal in the UK. And if I'm lucky, by May, I'll be able to go to a football match again. However, whether there are any fixtures left by then, I don't know. Maybe I need to hope for City to get to the FA Cup final, which, the way things are going, is quite likely. Wow, there's even a coffee shop here. That's pretty incredible in a small park in Didsbury, but as I said, I haven't been here for a while. Well, there we are. One coffee to drink whilst walking around this park. So glad I've come on a sunny afternoon. Yes, so the 7 weeks I've done on the Newcastle diet so far haven't been easy. In a couple of months' time, maybe 3 at the worst, I'll be able to start getting on the move again and bring you travel reports, food reports from places at least in the UK or at least in England. So something to look forward to, because I'd love to be able to just sit in a coffee shop again or something, let alone a restaurant or a bar. But it does give me a chance to make serious inroads into all this lard I'm carrying. Yesterday, after my vaccination, my head felt very, very cloudy and almost as if they'd injected something a little special in the narcotic department into my arm. Well, I suppose it was a narcotic. I had a sore arm, particularly last night, and it's still incredibly sore today, but thankfully the rest of the symptoms have cleared up. Anyway, watching the cricket with crowds in India, and there were crowds in New Zealand and Australia, has brought home to me that it could well be that I can go and watch a game this summer. I'm thinking of getting tickets to the odd test match, as there are quite a few grounds I haven't been to in England. I think the ones in August will be safe. I've also heard a rumour that the European Football Championships might be held in England, as it's maybe the only European country that'll be sufficiently vaccinated to allow large crowds to watch. Wouldn't that be great if that came to fruition? Again, they probably won't change things at this stage, but they're leaving off a lot of their decisions till March. I don't know what in Europe will change in the next 3 weeks, but maybe something. There's a bit of a ropey bridge here. I'm not sure whether I should go across this. Will my weight support it? Well, I can only get wet. Go on, my son. Get in there. Oh, Christ, I nearly slipped there. Well, I scared him off. It's reasonably solid. Although this bit doesn't look too solid. Well, it didn't creak under my weight, at least. I'm by the banks of the majestic Mersey, not a particularly grand river when it gets this far inland, but it's what we've got here. I'm sure some of you in other parts of the UK and other parts of the world have much grander rivers flowing by. It is, of course, time for me to start thinking about what I'm going to do once I've reached my initial target, which diet to follow next. Do I follow the 5-2 diet, a low-carb diet, or do I just have a standard NHS low-calorie diet? I'm going to have to do some research and decide what I'm going to do. Although, of course, we have 4 weeks of going from 2 shakes to 1 shake to 0 before I even get there anyway. I know it's going to take tremendous amounts of my own willpower and hopefully the support from you, the viewers. Anyway, without further ado, less waffle from me, more figures. Let's go back and check this week's scores on the doors. Well, the weather's good, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling optimistic. Let's have a look at those scores on the doors for week 7. Our survey says 116.9. 116.9 is a step in the right direction. Now, let's see how the blood sugar is this week. .2. That is good. Happy with that. Must be the long walk I went on yesterday. So, let's analyse today's scores on the doors. So, let's have a gander at those scores on the doors for week 7. Might mean there's only, as I film this, 5 or 6 days left. My weight, it's gone down again. It's all going in the right direction, but 118.1 last week to 116.9 this week, only 1.2 kilograms. Now, I don't know why that is. It is a total weight loss of 13.1 kilograms, but I want to lose more than that in a week when I'm basically eating next to nothing. It might be that the vaccination has interfered with it, I don't know, but it is, unless I have a really good last week, or week 8 rather, looking as if I'm going to have to do either the whole 12-week course, which is something that most people don't have to do, or I'm going to have to extend it a bit. I suppose it doesn't matter that much apart from it being unpleasant, because it's not as if there's a whole load of other things to do. BMI crawling down. 40.9 last week, now 40.4, starting at 45. Now, I have to get below 40 to get out of the morbidly obese category, and below 30 to be out of the obese category, let alone being a normal weight, so that's really going as slowly as some countries' vaccinations, I think. Blood sugar was good, 5.2 from 5.7. That is very, very good, considering how it stagnated just below 6 over the last couple of weeks. So I guess that's the most important thing. The weight can come off in time. With all these nasty illnesses going around, good control of blood sugar, very important. Well, we'll see next week how it goes. Still got a little twinge in my arm, but it's less bad than it was, so hopefully when I next post a video it'll have gone away. Anyway, I'm going to sign off for this video. Do hope you enjoyed the content again. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And turn on that bell notification to get details of all my videos as soon as they come out. Until then, bye bye, and don't forget, you can't beat a bit of mutton.